Hi there, boys and girls. So this week we're going to go ahead and create our very own art piece. Now, we're going to learn about the following. We're going to learn about concentric circles. Now, these circles are very special. So we're going to also apply what we know about warm and cool colors. So before we begin, let's go ahead and read a book. The book you can find on Google Classroom under the assignment for week 5. And there will be a link there for you to be able to go along with the book being read by the narrator. When you're all done, come back so you can go ahead and we can begin the project. This week we're working with concentric circles. These are the materials that you'll need. Let's go ahead and review. So, on the left, we have warm colors. Warm colors are yellow, orange, and red. And on the right, we have cool colors, green, blue, and violet. Concentric circles are 2 or more circles that have a common center. This right here is an example of a concentric circle. So it's 2 or more circles that share the center. This is the center, and there's more circles that are sharing the center with it. An artist that has created circles like these is Vasily Kandinsky. He is a great Russian painter and art theorist. This is an example of some of his artwork. Notice how beautifully colorful everything is. You too will be creating concentric circles just like Kandinsky did. Go ahead and pay attention to the following so you can see how it is done. Okay, boys and girls, let's go ahead and get started. I may be going a little quickly, so please make sure that you pause when you need to, so you can go through each step with me. All right, so step number 1 is getting our paper to be the way it is now. So what you need to do is grab a blank sheet of paper or recycled paper, and you're gonna go ahead and have it horizontally on your table, okay? So you're gonna take the top and make sure it meets the bottom evenly. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna fold it just like so, okay? We're aiming to have 6 sections because I'm going to show you why in a moment. So we're gonna go ahead and do the following now. We have a long sheet of paper like this and it's in half. We're gonna take a flap and we're gonna fold it. We're not folding it to the center, nor are we folding it to the end. We're just gonna fold it to about in between those 2 areas, right? So between the end and the middle. So again, we're gonna do the same thing. And fold and crease, okay? So when you open it, it should have 6 sections just like this, okay? So what you will need to do now is on the top, you will put warm colors, and on the bottom, you will put cool colors, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and outline my little sections here so I can be sure I know where I'm gonna put what color. So I have my paper already done. I have sectioned off everything. The color that it's outlining the section, it tells me that's the color that it will be inside, okay? And when you're done coloring, it should look just like this, okay? So let's go off to the next step. So now that you have your paper all done and colored with warm on top and cool on the bottom, we're gonna need to go ahead and create our concentric circles, okay? Remember, concentric circles are 2 or more circles that have a common center. So that means they share the center, okay? So in order to make sure everything is nice and even and that'll fit inside of our sections here, we're gonna go ahead and do the same step that we did at the beginning of folding our paper. Okay, I am back with my paper again. Okay, and now I'm gonna create my circles. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a center that they're all gonna share. And I'm gonna create about 3 circles for each section. Now, I'm gonna tell you something very cool. These circles don't need to be even. They can be a little wobbly, and that's perfect because that's the style that Kandinsky had. So I'm going to go ahead and create the other 5. Okay, so we have our circles. They're done. They have been created. We need 6, remember, because we have 6 sections on this side. Now let's look at our colored paper here. We have our warm colors and our cool colors, okay? So what needs to happen is that in these sections, right, they need to have an opposite color theme going on. So that means since this is warm colors on top, our circles need to be cool colors, okay? If this is cool colors on the bottom, then our circles need to be warm colors. So let's go ahead and look at an example. So I'm going to go ahead and start going at normal speed with my first circle up here. Since I'm going to start with my warm colored section, I know that my circle on that section needs to be cool colored. So what's going to happen is I'm going to fill in my circle. I like to trace so I can know where to stop and I won't go outside of where I need to. Okay, so my circle is complete. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue the steps with the rest. And I can change the colors as I need to, as long as I keep the idea that these are all cool colored to go on the warm colored background. And these are warm colored circles to go on the cool colored background. So now that I have my circles, they're already colored and created, I'm going to go ahead and cut them out. Now, the way you want to use scissors, everyone, is first things first. Notice how I touch the blades. You are not supposed to touch the blades. So this is our danger zone. We don't want to touch that. Why? Because we can get hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this side. Now there's 2 little holes, right, for you to go ahead and put your fingers through. Put a few fingers, anywhere from 2 to 3, right, on the bigger one, and on the smaller one your thumb goes in there. Okay, so your hand really should only ever touch this part of the scissors. If it touches here, be very careful not to close the scissors, right? And don't play with the scissors either, so don't twirl them around or play with them on the table, right? We just use them to cut paper because these are a very awesome tool, but we need to be very careful and stay safe while we use them. So again, grab your scissors, and what you're gonna do is cut out your circles now. Okay, so I like to do this so I can have some space to work. I'm gonna go ahead and cut. I'm gonna go around. I don't want to cut off a lot of my red, okay? I'm just gonna follow the outside and cut it out. Whoa, just like that. All right, notice I didn't have a lot of red on the outside. I just cut off a little bit. That's okay. Don't cut off a lot of it, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue cutting out the rest of my circles. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is close my scissors and put them off to the side. I'm going to grab all the paper that I have here, and I'm going to go throw it in the trash can. So you should do the same. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is grab my colored paper and my circles alongside with a glue bottle or a glue stick. Either one will work fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the following. First step is I'm going to go ahead and put everything in the area that I know it needs to go. Remember, we're not placing the warm colors with the warm colors. We're placing them on the opposite side. So if this is a warm color, it needs to come to the cool colored side. So I'm going to place it right here, just like so. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and place them first without gluing so I can know where they need to go. I can check, and then when I'm ready, I can glue them. Okay, so I'm going to put all my warm colors on the cool colored background. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the top. Okay, so now I think I'm ready because I remembered that I needed to put the cool colors on the warm colored background and the warm colors on the cool colored background. So I'm going to take my glue bottle and I'm going to show you how to glue the very first one. Okay, if you're using a glue bottle or a glue stick, please remember this, okay? Don't put too much glue in the middle, okay? You're going to go around the edge and make a little thin line, just like so. So I'm going to spread it around because this glue bottle has a little spatula. You can do this with a regular glue bottle too. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue all around the edges. Just like that. And I'm going to take my circle and I'm going to place it on my paper nice and carefully. And I'm going to pat, pat, pat all the way around. So I can know and I can make sure that I have it all glued down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same step I did here with the rest of the circles. Alrighty, boys and girls, so at this point you're all done with your artwork. This is what it should look like. Remember, we have our warm colors on the back and our cool colors are the circles. And we have our cool colors here in the back and we have our warm colors as the circles. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. When you're all done, make sure this sits to dry on a flat surface for about an hour. You can hang it up when you're all done, take a nice photo and upload it to Google Classroom. That is all for this week, boys and girls. I will see you back here next week on Monday. Bye!